Oh my god, guys, would you believe it? An RMC is going to ALTON Towers. You see that building we've all been talking about, Project Horizon, that massive indoor investment that's going to be completely unknown to us all? It is most certainly going to be an RMC. Wow, watch this space. So in this quick video today, we are going to talk about just how real that announcement is and, you know, the possibilities that come with it. It's going to be crazy, guys. I can't do this. And along with that, we're going to touch on another announcement made by another park in the UK to do with a coaster that we already know about. That is right, it is time for another episode of This Past Week in Theme Parks. As said, this will be a shorter video because, well, there's not too much going on in the world of theme parks in the UK at the minute, other than, of course, the things I'm going to talk about today, which are both quite funny in their own respect, but they're exciting nonetheless. So if you want to stay up to date on more information and updates, just like what is going to be in this video, then please subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. So if it weren't for the video I released yesterday, or the day before that, if you're watching this on another day, or even a year ago, you might be watching this in 2024, then there would actually be another piece of news to report on, and that is that the Nemesis Corkscrew has finally gone in. Yes, I went there yesterday. Sadly, only got to see the entrance to that corkscrew go in, but now it is fully in. Just look at how beautiful that looks. Doesn't it look magnificent? But on the topic of the two things that I'm actually going to talk about in this video properly, we're going to get the known information out of the way first, and it's coming from Thorpe Park and Project Exodus, the UK's tallest and fastest roller coaster, set to open next year. And at golden hour yesterday, they released a highly anticipated announcement video. And you know what? We're going to take a quick look. Oh, we got some golden flares and little stardust bits. We're taking thrills to epic new heights. Look at that, a little POV / off-ride footage. It's so golden. You can see the beautiful Mack track in the background. Get ready for the UK's tallest and fastest roller coaster. You know, the off-ride in the background, it's a bit transparent, that. Roller coaster. They had to emphasize the roller coaster. Thorpe Park 2024. With a little bit of a sun flare there and the white light. There you go. Wow. What an announcement video. Yeah, Thorpe Park 2024. That is the new name for Project Exodus. I can't wait to see this open. No, but jokes aside, of course, when this first released as a premiere, I can imagine every single enthusiast on the planet went, was that it? But my thought process is at least they have actually officially announced it and sort of shown the general public that it's going to be happening. This UK's tallest and fastest roller coaster. It's the fastest. I'm definitely very excited to see more finally coming out about Project Exodus or Horus or Icarus or even Hyperion, names of which have now all been round the rumour mill. Even the very golden support got delivered the other day. Very cool. But if we put Thorpe Park and Exodus behind for a second, I'm here to talk about the big dog. It's not really big when I was just talking about the tallest in the country. ALTON Towers and their brand new indoor roller coaster for 2025, Project Horizon. Now, you might not have heard of it already, and if you have, then you know what I'm about to talk about. There has been a recent insane announcement made by the creative lead at Merlin, John Burton, and oh my god, it has descended the community into chaos. And all it was this.
So a lot of you have asked, when will we see an RMC design at a park? Can we cut the camera? We can't be talking about anything potentially on the horizon.
You know, nothing too serious, but even though it's 1.5 years before the ride even opens, enthusiasts took it to heart properly. People made mood boards and planning predictions, predicting that an RMC is definitely going to come in this building behind Walliams World. So regarding that topic, I'm going to give you all of the true points and also the lying points. That makes no sense. Basically going to give you all of the reasons this could be true and all of the reasons it could be a lie. It's definitely heavier on one side, I can tell you that for free. So, could this RMC hint be true? Well, let's get into that. A ride called Fire in the Hole was recently announced at Silver Dollar City in the US of A. And the announcement of that ride seems very convenient and coincidental to be put alongside what John Burton has said. That also seems completely random if you have no idea what Fire in the Hole is, so let me explain. This new ride coming to is RMC's first family indoor roller coaster, which is obviously very exciting for RMC themselves. It's going to go through multiple different scenes, probably have some thrilling elements to it, but obviously keep it family, and just be an overall great indoor dark roller coaster. So obviously when an announcement for an indoor RMC roller coaster is made, and then days later, John Burton, the one that's leading the creative process behind Project Horizon, says in regards to a question about RMCs that something may be on the horizon, they can't reveal too much. Put two and two together It's happening. People have noticed as well that the building for this Silver Dollar City ride is very similar to what we're getting for Project Horizon. Interesting, am I right? But as much as I love speculating and sort of deep diving into the smaller things and trying to find out like what this ride could be and all that kind of stuff, from what John Burton said in that video, I think that's where the truth of it ends, in my eyes anyway. And here's why I think that. First of all, if you go back to the point of Fire in the Hole, I love that name. That ride itself is apparently going to cost $30 million, which is almost triple the budget of what we're getting with Project Horizon. So unless we get an RMC that's cut in half, I don't think that's going to be plausible. I mean, it could be like this thing, whatever the hell that is. Along with this, in a few interviews recently, which seems to be the one way that we keep getting information out of new rides, which is quite fun, John Burton himself has said that the ride is going to be captivating when asked for a one-word description, and even John Wardley himself, the man, the myth, the cracking feet against the rock man, has said that this is going to be revolutionary. And I'm just not too sure if a family RMC classifies under either of those words, but who knows. I mean, if you actually look at Twitter, you can see that someone has posted photographs of when Hex literally had RMC iBox track outside of it, so Hex is the one getting RMC'd, not this one. But how this gag on the Q&A video played out is just hilarious. The fact he says the little hint and gives the side eye and drinks out the mug, which clearly has an RMC logo on it. I don't know whether him or any of the crew that were making that decided to do that just to throw everyone off in the community and like majorly make everyone think it's an RMC, but it's worked. I just can't wait for everyone to realise it's actually a Zamperla Valer going in there. So with the new information of this ride being captivating and also revolutionary, what could this be if it's not the RMC that it's totally going to end up being? And as I've said in every single Project Horizon video, I stick by and always will, Intamin to my soul, that it is going to be a multi-dimensional coaster by Intamin. Yes, we have seen a few of them recently, so maybe it's not as revolutionary, but I still think it's pretty massive. For this country, it would be revolutionary, and it'd also be very eye-opening for many members of the UK theme park community, because they're fun rides. Or even if we take John Wardley's words of revolutionary very much to heart, could it be an S&S Axis coaster? Very long stretch. I doubt it. But that would be something entirely unique, especially it being indoors, and that swinging feeling going round the track rather than like, well, you don't know if you're on top of it or below it. Swinging round as uncontrollably as that would make for such a unique experience, and I would love it. But it is all very early for speculation to do with Project Horizon. It's literally a year and a half before it opens, and I guess from now we won't know until the park actually starts teasing it more, or even John Burton comes back and says, oh, it's going to be rather wacky that. I just know I had to make a video on this because I wasn't originally going to, and then I thought, I am getting so many comments of people saying, have you heard about the new RMC coming to Alton Town? I had to make it, I'm sorry. I thought I would give my opinion on it though, you know. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm open to all options. I might be wrong, but Oblivion drops at the exact time he sips the cup saying RMC, so maybe it's going to have a 180-foot vertical drop too. Leave your thoughts on Project Horizon and whether it's going to be an RMC or not in the comments below. And make sure you subscribe. Cheerio.